The WWE SummerSlam main event has been confirmed. Plus, we have the latest on AEW's stadium event plans and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. We have an update. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. We know what will be headlining the biggest party of the summer, Andrew Hodgkinson.
We sure do. We had a feeling in us voters, didn't we, eh? In us voters, I don't know what that was. Last night, it was officially confirmed that Cody Rhodes will indeed defend the WWE Universal Championship against Solo Sikoa in the main event of SummerSlam next month. Rhodes agreed to the match this past Friday, pending the approval of SmackDown GM Nick Aldis, which has clearly been granted, given the lovely graphic we've gotten.
This will go on last.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people go, Solo ain't in this position to do that yet. And you know what? I kind of agree. I don't think Solo... I think initially, during the initial Bloodline run, Solo Sikoa was a character played masterfully. I think this whole leader of the Bloodline thing, the new tribal chief, I think it's quite a lot of it's almost a bit too much for him to take on.
I mean, it's difficult. I think it's difficult because it's big shoes to fill anyway.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I also feel like, yes, it's supposed to push him and elevate him into such a position where he feels like that guy. But at the same time, it feels like he's doing a brilliant job in being the person to make us all want Roman Reigns that much more at the same time.
So I guess maybe that's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit. I understand where you're coming from, and I see like the other side of it as well.
I've seen it like that before. You're a clever one.
Well, I don't know about clever, but
you're a clever
one.
Don't listen to what Pierce says about you. I think you're very clever. Now,
I want my chair.
Pierce. Now, I think that this is obviously an impending return of Roman Reigns. I could see. I wouldn't be shocked, and this is why I think it will go on last, because I do believe that the closing shot of SummerSlam this year will be Cody beating Solo Sikoa, but then like Roman's music hitting.
That's what I'm thinking.
Big
as well.
CGI Roman going dot MPEG. Like that is what we need as we close out. Is that? Are you in the same mindset this week? Are we ending with Roman? Turning up at SummerSlam.
I think SummerSlam feels like the right place to do it. I know obviously people were thinking perhaps, or at least wanting perhaps it to happen at Money in the Bank. I think SummerSlam, a bigger pay-per-view, more people there to watch it as well. I think that would get the bigger pop, the bigger moment with it being at SummerSlam. That's where I do feel like it could very well happen, yeah.
Also confirmed for SummerSlam, Damian Priest taking on Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. The women's title on the line with Bayley defending against Nia Jax. And the Women's World Championship with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, presumably custody of Dominic on the line in that one as well. That's how SummerSlam shapes up. Now, there is some speculation about getting a CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match at SummerSlam. We'll touch on that in a little bit. Right now, let's talk about AEW. An announcement last night regarding one of the Blood and Guts competitors getting back into the ring early.
Yes, Tony Khan announced that Darby Allin will make his in-ring return this Saturday live on Collision, competing for the first time since Double or Nothing. Allin will meet Mortos in a singles match ahead of next week's Blood and Guts match, where he's set to be part of Team AEW, along with, it was confirmed too, the Acclaimed.
Sesame, Father Bottom.
Yeah.
Father Bottom. Now, it's also confirmed for Blood and Guts to Dynamite next week, the debut of Hologram.
Sorry, this Saturday. It's for Collision this week.
Oh, apologies. So for Saturday, it's the debut of Hologram. Thank you for picking me up.
That's
on
all
that.
right.
I owe you a Coke. Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa in a handicap match. And the Patriarchy versus Juice Robinson and the Guns repping the Bang Bang Gang for the vacated Trios Championships, because they had to take the belts off the Bang Bang Gang in order to put them back on the Bang Bang Gang, because wrestling is silly. And of course, an injured wrestler can hold a belt for 400 years, but heaven forfend, Jay White and the Bang Bang Gang hold a belt for 3 minutes while Jay White has a bad injury. For goodness sake, come on. All I want is a bit of consistency in my pretend fighting. Is that too much to ask? Honestly. Now, we get an update for you on AEW's next stadium event. Obviously, Wembley beckons next month for AEW All In. Hope to see you there. We're going to have a lovely time. But there were reports that AEW were planning a major scale event in Texas next year. Many sources suggesting it'll be a stadium event in the Dallas area. This was addressed by Tony Khan at comicbook.com, and he said it's not something that we would be looking to do anytime here in the immediate future. It is an exciting idea and something I think we absolutely could do, and something that would be very interesting. Can't comment on the accuracy of such reports or the immediate future, but we've had great shows over the years in Texas. We've never done AEW pay-per-views in Texas. Done a lot of Ring of Honor pay-per-views there. A lot of AEW's biggest TV shows have been in Texas. But the one thing that we've never brought is an AEW pay-per-view to Texas. And Lord knows Texas, there's a lot of Texas demand for Texas. And I think Texas would be a fascinating Texas for us to Texas. So Texas then.
Texas then, yeah. It seems like there's obviously a huge market for AEW, and obviously with them doing Ring of Honor shows there as well, there's a lot of crossover between the two shows. So yeah, Texas makes sense. I wonder if that would mean then within the year that we do get this, do we still get the big stadium show at Wembley as well?
Oh, so maybe you stop flying everybody over to the UK once a year for a lovely holiday.
Well, I mean, you can definitely do both of them, but I wonder if logistically for them, they'd rather do one over the other. I'm not too sure.
I kind of got the vibe that maybe they were going to have Wembley as like their annual go-to place, but we'll see. Because last year they announced All In 2024, literally as All In 2023 was ending.
Yes, yeah.
So I imagine if such a deal is in place again, we'll get it announced during or at the very end of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say so. Now, let's end on some other news about big parties in the summer away from All In. We have SummerSlam coming up in the first weekend in August, and there's been a lot said about one particular rivalry that could take center stage. Talk to us about the status of it, Andrew.
I will. There's been some suggestion that we'll see CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam this year, but a report from PW Insider suggests we may have to wait just a little bit longer. PW Insider reporting CM Punk was at the WWE Performance Center today in Florida. PWInsider.com has confirmed with multiple sources. Punk was in the ring working to get officially cleared by WWE Medical, we are told. Now, this report suggests that CM Punk has not yet been cleared to return to action, meaning a match between himself and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam may not be on the cards. Perhaps why we got more of the Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins stuff on Raw this past Monday to maybe lead into something there. Instead, if CM Punk isn't cleared, remains to be seen.
It feels like they're getting us ready for Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins to buy CM Punk a bit more time to get into ring shape. Obviously, he was in the Performance Center yesterday doing training and stuff, so it's not out of the realms of possibility that he could be cleared with 2 weeks to go. But I would wonder whether, because of the nature of CM Punk's injury and because of his history with injuries, whether they're somewhat reticent to rush him back in there. And maybe because the money is going to be Drew and CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell. I do believe that.
I agree as well.
And I don't think you need a build-up match for that. I don't think you need a match to get them to Hell in a Cell. I think that this feud is so white hot that you could literally just throw their first encounter inside Hell in a Cell.
Wow, do you think that would be their first and last then? Because obviously, a lot of people see a Hell in a Cell as a feud ender.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because there's been so much building up to it anyway, hasn't there? With CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre this, that, and the other, getting him suspended and everything. I guess, everything sort of surrounding that, you could just end the feud.
But we have seen this at the Hell in a Cell used in other... not in that sense, in the sense that we had Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in 97 in the first Hell in a Cell match. They had that, but then they went on to have a casket match in January in 1998. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns had a Hell in a Cell I Quit match in 2020, but then they obviously find each other again and do tribal combat. But there's SummerSlam. So there's not to say that this would be the last match they would have. I think that they'd have this one, then maybe have another one around WrestleMania with maybe an I Quit stipulation, because that's the I Quit stipulation lends itself quite well to a feud of two proud men.
Yeah, for sure.
One of them must say I quit. I feel like you have the Hell in a Cell to mark the anniversary of Hell in a Cell, because it's a feud that very much deserves a Hell in a Cell, and then maybe around WrestleMania you have just a wild gore fest I Quit match. Yeah. Or a dog collar match.
Oh, that would be good.
Bra and panties match.
Oh, that would be good.
Tick your favourites in the columns below. Please don't. For the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you little cheeky tearaway, can check out Cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.